Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. My camera is whack. It always is whack. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to teach you, yes you, how to speedrun crafting. What do I mean by this? What do? All that kind of stuff. I mean, it's Sunday, so you better hope that you can either do this today or wait until double reagents and unlimited crafting comes back. But the gist of it is that when there is the member bonus of double reagents and unlimited crafting cooldown, crafting becomes really easy. So I'm going to teach you how to speedrun crafting. It's pretty darn easy because, and this is a big because, a lot of reagents, right, that you need can be easily found on the floor of different things, like found on the floor of just the nearby area, which makes it extremely easy to get up crafting. So you can see here, I already have a lot of the stuff I need for this. I can go like this, but this is really mainly a late game thing. What I'm just going to do here is show you how to basically get most of the things and speed run it. Yes, I'm going to be going up as high of crafting as I can this video, which is later. I'm basically just going to pause the video in between finding ingredients and show you some cool little tips and tricks. I actually do not need to go all the way over there. I can just plop down a basic crafting station right here. Craft one, craft the other one, boom, escape, quit. This is a fun little trick for you. Press play again, and look at that, I'm back in Old Town. I don't know why I left a mark here. Yeah, there you go. Then you go to the Oasis. You can see how fast this can become if you do it right. Now, the main reason why I'm making this video is because I actually saw a guy in the comments the other day, a fellow named Nathan, a balance level 84, who asked for help, and I was like, sure, I'm feeling in a nice mood today, I'll help you in Azteca. And he specifically was like, you know, this is pretty difficult, it's not very easy to get through it. And I told him one thing I would recommend you do right now, especially since it's double reagents and unlimited crafting, is to go and get crafting up until you're I believe it's a Grandmaster Crafter, and then go craft the Winter Tusk gear, right? Because a lot of people underestimate the Winter Tusk gear. They seem to think that, you know, Bazaar gear or even like Atlantis gear, stuff like that is better. It's really not. A lot of the Winter Tusk crafted is equal, if not better in some cases, than the Waterworks gear. And I think that is, you know, incredibly important to know. Like, for example, look at my myth, for example, right? I'm still wearing it at level 80, and my damage is fine. 91 damage at this level is actually pretty okay, you know? I need to get 11? Yes. And then do I also need simple vials again? I do. I need 6 of those. So what I'd recommend to get a basis for this is get around 100,000 gold, give or take a little bit. And then just get started. It could take a little bit more than that, especially for the later recipes, because the later recipes can be a bit expensive. But nothing is too bad. Oh, shoot. Do I not have enough stone block? I don't have enough stone block. So now I'm going to teach you the first tip and trick. There's a lot of tips and tricks, right? There's like a lot of recipes need stone blocks. A lot of recipes need steel, or is it steel, iron? Scrap iron. Scrap iron is what I'm looking for. A lot of recipes need those, and it's actually pretty easy to get the items if you know where you're looking for. So, right, in both the Dragonspire quest and the stone block, and a few of these earlier quests, you need stone block and ore. So you come here to the Athenium and Dragonspire, You look around, you see nothing, that means someone's been to this realm, so you switch realms. And then you can see, boom, stone block. So I needed 6. That is 6 right there. You can see that there's stone block back here, and then there's usually ore up here. Yeah, there's ore up here. I'm going to pick this up now because I need diamonds later. You can see I got some diamonds. Got some more ore. And it's really important to note that you can transmute a lot of these materials to get up to what you need. So for example, in the Dragonspire crafting recipe, you actually need 30 diamonds, I believe, which is actually quite a lot of diamonds. But if you can get some ore, you can get that up decently fast and get up to the crafting you need. And that is Crocotopia crafting done. I'm not going to show all of these, obviously, because that'll make the video way too long. But I'm going to start pausing the video after each one and kind of telling you, you know, the easiest way to do it. Now, I'd like to say this isn't like your classic guide video. I'm not going to teach you every single reagent. I do just want to point out, though, how easy it is to get up. You can see I've already gotten up 2 crafting levels, and it has been 6 minutes. It is entirely possible to get up many crafting levels in less than, like, you could probably get up to Grandmaster in a few hours or less. Crafting ladies over here. Like I have before. I've gotten one of my, like I got my Death Wizard up pretty fast, but then I got stuck in Azteca crafting. Fun fact, never sell potent trap TCs. Never worth it. Oh, I went the wrong way. What's wrong with me? I'm still going the wrong way. What's happening right now? Wait, I have a quest helper. Why am I failing so miserably? You know what? I'll be right back. So a good thing to note when doing this is whenever you see a reagent on the side of the road or anywhere, no matter what reagent it is, if you think it's going to be useful or not, pick it up. It's incredibly important because a lot of
Bring those nice sparkly
recipes actually need things. Like you can see I need a lot of scrap iron, a lot of stone block, and you know, that can be a bit difficult if you're not constantly picking up what you need to get. So let's see here. I need jade, so let's get like 10 of that. I like to buy a little bit extra every time I do these things because it just makes it easier in case future recipes need them. So you can see here, I need glass files. I need 8, and then I need another 8. Or yeah, I need 16. So do that. Do 43, sure. And now you can see I have most of the things. All I need at this point is scrap iron. Mistwood I would recommend getting at the bazaar because usually there's a decent amount of it. But there is not currently. So I'm going to go to some places I think that I know that there is there's some stuff. You can see some mistwood on the ground here. I'll be back when I have the recipe. So if you need scrap iron and mistwood, the easiest thing to do is to just loop around the outside here of Reagent Square. And usually there'll be a few pieces on the sidewalks. Obviously there isn't a ton, but there'll be a few pieces on the sidewalks. And the best part about it is that by the time you make a full loop, your change realm will be ready to change realm again, and then you can just switch realms. So for example, that was a full loop there. So now I go over here and I change realms to a random realm. And then I continue my journey again. So I'll be back when I've got it. And now we have this crafting done. It's Mushu time. I love this world so much. I impulse bought a house. It's beautiful here. I love it. Ultimate crafting setup complete. Yo. I finished Mushu crafting. So let me tell you, without a doubt, the worst crafting is Dragonspire. I mean, there's no question about it. It's not like it's, like, debatable. It is the worst crafting. And the reason for that is this recipe right here, the Ring of the Apotheosis. You can see right here, I need 30 diamonds and 40 Black Lotus. The Black Lotus isn't that much of an issue as long as you can go to Grizzleheim and you can go to Vesterland. And in Vesterland, there's a lot of Black Lotus. But the 30 diamonds is a real issue because not only does the ore drop diamonds pretty infrequently, but it also takes 15 ore to transmute it. So you would need a total of 15 times 30, which is 450 ore. You need 450 ore to actually finish this quest, technically. I mean, obviously, if you can get some diamonds in the meantime, you know, you're all the more lucky. Oh, did it do the thing where it didn't switch to realm? Oh, wait, no, it did switch to realm. Okay. Sometimes the realms will do this weird thing where it just doesn't switch them. But anyways, I'm going to be here for a while. This is definitely going to be the longest process. I'd like to say, by the way, it's only taken me about 20 minutes to get up to Dragonspire crafting so far. So if you think that crafting is a long process, it's really not, as long as you, you know, you work for it. It's actually probably more closer to 30 minutes than it was 20. But anyways, I'll be back when I have finished this recipe. Alright, so after a bit of grinding and a bit of luck in the bazaar, I have all that I need. Trust me, this is definitely, without a doubt, the hardest recipe. There is no recipe that's nearly as difficult as this one. The diamonds are obviously the hardest part. I'd say that the only recipe that is pretty close in difficulty would be the Zafaria crafting, which with the black pearls and the blood moss and the sunstone. Actually, that might be a bit more difficult, just like slightly more difficult. So now I gotta go to Mushu, gotta craft some ropes. I'll be back. Also, a fun little tip I didn't know about for the longest time that I would definitely recommend you guys do is when you're looking to craft a specific recipe, you can equip the recipe and it will move to the top of your logbook in regards to the recipe section. I don't know, just a quick little tip that I find to be pretty helpful when I do things, you know. It just makes it easier to just check what I have on the recipe when pressing the J key, which is how you open your recipe book. So, yeah. So this recipe is definitely a bit challenging, but it's nothing that I can't handle. The hardest part about it is probably going to be the stone blocks, I imagine. I mean, it's not going to be the hardest part, but the most tedious. Ectoplasm you can definitely buy in the bazaar. These things are really easy to get. You can definitely buy Cyclops in the bazaar. Frost flowers, I imagine I could get 3 in the bazaar, but if I can't, it's as simple as going somewhere, excuse me, like Colossus Boulevard, I believe, will give it to you. I don't know if there's anywhere else I would need to go. I don't think so. But let's see if I can get this done. Also, a little tip, if you're ever reagent farming in the bazaar, there are certain reagents that you want to get no matter what. So if they show up, you want to buy them even if they're not what you're going for. For example, right now I'm looking for ectoplasm and frost flowers, which surprisingly aren't showing up all that much. I remember back in the day, by the way, the bazaar used to have like 6 pages of reagents at all time. And then I think what happened is the startup of like services such as Gamma's trade post, all that, made it so that reagents are a bit more valuable, so people completely buy them out, like in the bazaar. So at most there's like 3 pages. I would definitely recommend coming in the morning. In the morning it tends to be a bit less cutthroat, but as I was saying, certain reagents such as stone block, black pearls, blood moss, scrap iron, all of those kinds of things you want to buy whenever you see them. So for example, I'm farming specifically right now for ectoplasm and stuff. And the reason why I'm not buying the black pearls is because I already have 50 of them, which is more than enough. But I would definitely recommend stocking up on it. It's definitely a good thing. Oh, also agave nectar is really good to stock up on. You can see I noticed that too late and someone swooped it up, which tends to happen pretty fast. I already have a bit of blood moss. I don't really want to buy that, but you can see it's just a process like this where you just over and over again refresh, look through the pages, see if you can find anything. If you can, that's good. If you can't, well, you just refresh again and you just keep going. So I'll be back when I finish the recipe. Another important thing to look for is sunstone. Sometimes someone will come into the bazaar and just sell a shit ton of it. Definitely buy some of that up while you can. You can see now I have 100 of that, which is just really useful because, you know, a lot of the time, a lot of recipes need that, and it's actually pretty rare. So I would definitely recommend buying it up if you can. This is actually the fullest on reagents I've seen in the bazaar in a long time. I'm assuming at some point soon someone's going to come and buy all of it, which kind of sucks, but it happens sometimes. So this is the last time I will be back before I finish the recipe. All right, there we go, finally. I'd like to say that this recipe is actually... first off, it lags my game. Second off, it's a bit harder than you'd think, and the reason for that is that, man, oh man, is ectoplasm surprisingly rare in the bazaar. I think it's just one of those reagents that just isn't sold often because it's... How do I get this? Oh, I have to go to the back to Mushu. I forgot there was a third part. But it's one of those reagents that isn't sold often because it's not very valuable. So a lot of people just don't tend to sell it. And I couldn't really get much of it. But I did get pretty lucky. I got ectoplasm, and then right after that, someone sold some other stuff. Let's see. Shadow oil, cattail, nightshade. Okay. So shadow oil I can get from... I can unequip this now. Oh, okay, it does automatically go there. So I need fire elf, not hard. I think the hardest part about this is actually going to be the nightshade. So I'll be back when this is done. You know, I feel like most of you would actually be shocked when I say that the most difficult part about this recipe is actually getting the cattails. Because it seems like most people want to farm the cattails in Regent Square, which means I have to go all the way over to Digmore Station and get these cattails and switch realms. And it's just a whole long process, you know. I have to get up to the 72 cattails I need. Whatever, I'm really close. Boom. I have finished the Crimson book stands. Let me tell you, man, not gonna lie, getting the cattails was rather annoying because there was a lot of people farming for it, it would seem. There we go. That's how you finish Dragonspire crafting. Now we're moving on to Celestia crafting. I'm probably only going to go up to Zafaria crafting in this because that's really as far as I can get. But this mainly is to show you, I've only been doing this for about 40 minutes now, a little bit more. And I'm already up to Master Artisan, and I'm about to get to Grandmaster, which is all you need for the Winter Tusk crafted gear. You can do the exact same thing. You know, it might take you a bit longer, but you can definitely do it in less than a day. So, really, that's all I wanted to make. The point of this video was to show you how fast you can do crafting, while giving you some nice crafting tips along the way. So now I got to buy the recipe off of him if he'll let me. Seal of the Seven Seas. You can see here you only need to craft one of them, so you don't really need to worry about all that too much. And you can get polymorph tree ant treasure cards in case you're curious at the, what's it called? The A something? The Archivist, that's what I'm looking for. Over here in the District of the Stars. So I'll be back when I've crafted this amulet. Boom. Seal of the Seven Seas has been crafted. Bop. My backpack... No, that's not what Gamma was saying. What was Gamma saying? You know what? I don't know, and I don't particularly care. Now I'm going to bring this back to him, get Zafaria crafting, and then be done. Let me tell you, it's not that difficult. This entire process has been... I started recording probably an hour ago. It's definitely could take you longer, and I could see it taking like 2 to 3 hours. But it's a matter of how lucky you can get, what time you do it at, all that stuff. I say. Okay, I don't actually think you talk to him. I think you just go directly to the Zafaria crafter in Zafaria. And let me tell you, Zafaria crafting is probably, and by probably I mean definitely, the worst crafting. I'd say that it's a close, like it's close with, it's close with Dragonspire with the diamonds. The only thing that makes it a bit more difficult is just the sheer amount of black pearls and blood moss you need, which are both pretty rare reagents. If you can scoop some up at the bazaar, because people tend to sell them at large amounts of them. But if you can find a large amount of them, you'll probably be able to... Why can't I open... There we go. You'll probably be able to get it decently fast. You can see here, I need... Okay, I'm going to need a bit more black pearls, but, you know, luckily there was a lot earlier, and there should still be a lot. You can see I need some sunstone, because I need 2 of these, which means I need to make 2 of the Conga Drums, which, if you don't know how to get, you actually get them from, Celestia, and there is a housing crafter all the way back here that you get them from. I will tell you when I'm done with them or when I have any advice. I will say that these are pretty difficult. I think that the Legion Shield is also a bit difficult of a TC to get. Golden Pearls definitely semi-rare. The Aether's expensive, so there's that as well. If I go to decorations, you can see Conga Drum right here. Isn't the easiest thing to craft because it also needs those fossils and those scales, but it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. My myth also has a lot of stuff to sell, so I'm not out of money yet, but I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, so I'm coming up at the end of the recipe here, and we're coming up at the end of the video. You can see here, all I need is giant TC, and I have just enough gold. Well, not just enough gold, but I have pretty low amounts of gold coming up at the end here, so it's pretty good that this is how much gold I had. If we go here, and then we need to buy 4 of these. 3, 4. And then we look at that. Boom. Boom. Perfect recipe. Done. Now, I would like to say this recipe is really hard. Obviously, these things you can get really easily. Excuse me. Shells you can find on the ground really easily. Fossils are a bit more difficult with the stone block, but I already had quite a bit of them because I bought some in the bazaar. Scales you get pretty frequently as you go through Celestia, but a lot are in the bazaar as well because they're a very valuable reagent. Aether is probably going to be one of the more tougher things to get because it's not sold in the bazaar often, but if you can get it, make sure to scoop that up. A lot of these reagents really come down to getting them while they're in the bazaar because it's going to take a while. I would recommend just searching the bazaar every time you go there earlier, and then there you go. You can see here, Legendary Artisan. That's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Jesus, this was a long video. I hope you don't mind it. Obviously, less people are going to watch it. That's okay. I don't really care. I wanted to make this ultimate speedrunning crafting video. It took me... I started recording at about 12:20, and it is now 1:40. So it took me about an hour and 20 minutes to get up to Legendary Crafting, which I would like to say is actually pretty darn fast, if I do say so myself. You might have some trouble with it, but eventually you're going to get it. You're going to finish it. That I would just really recommend paying attention to the bazaar whenever you go and looking for key reagents such as black pearls, golden pearls, sunstone, blood moss, nightshade, all that kind of stuff. All of those are key to look for. Legion shields are a bit difficult to get as well, so make sure to see if you can stock up on some of those. Really, that would be it, though, in regard to the more difficult things to get, I'd say. So, if you enjoyed, if you found this useful in any way, please drop a like at the sub button, and please, I would do crafting as you go, rather than doing it all at once like I just did, because it is kind of boring if you do it all at once like I just did. So, thank you all for watching. See you in the next video. Adios.